So I'm Scott Simmons, Chief Telemedicine Architect for MedWeb. We've been in business for about 25 years. I just joined the company a little over a year ago with a background in academic telemedicine. So I ran the telemedicine program at University of Miami for 7 years, and then East Carolina University, and started my career at NASA Johnson Space Center developing telemedicine systems for the Space Shuttle and Space Station program. So my entire career has been geared towards around expeditionary medicine, kind of practice of medicine in austere environments, and that's what we're highlighting today. So we are a medical software company, but one of the reasons I joined the firm is, as to what you were talking about before, is that we have a much bigger mission. And so we look at money as a way to support our charity habit, and one of the reasons I joined TIDES is because of all the humanitarian work we did. So really what we provide and what we're focused on showing today is health information and communications technology for expeditionary medicine. So what is that? So that's humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, which a lot of people have talked about today, but also maritime, some pre-hospital, and other corporate or industrial field facilities flung abroad. And so one of the defining characteristics of these environments is that we're talking about austere medical conditions. So that's limited space, limited staff, limited expertise. So the idea of being able to use ICT to bring expertise in remotely and be a force multiplier against the staff. So some of the solutions that we're showing today include ruggedized field telemedicine kits, two of which we just had in Ukraine last week with NATO. We have a field electronic medical record system that does logistics tracking, patient registration. That we can demonstrate that for you today. A core part of our business is telemedicine, so both live or interactive telemedicine and what in the telemedicine field is known as store and forward or asynchronous telemedicine. So you can make a lot of medical diagnoses based on limited information. So still photos, and you get medical history, and many specialties to get you along the way. And in bandwidth limited environments, those solutions make a lot of sense. Of course, our bread and butter is in radiology, which is how we got started. And so we have field-deployed teleradiology systems throughout Iraq and Afghanistan, Kuwait, and many of the Navy ships that have radiographic imaging aboard. And then a couple new things we're showing today, one of which I'm wearing, which is a vitals patch, which is actually, I've been wearing this for a couple days. It's wearable for up to 7 days. You can shower with it, and that gives you single lead of electrocardiogram and respiration rate, body temperature, body position. And newer versions we're working on now give you blood oxygen saturation and blood pressure too. So the idea of instead of carrying around discrete monitors, you can actually wear everything is actually wearable here. So we have an app for that, so we can actually interrogate it with an iOS app, and then we've got larger scale data analytics, so we can actually do automated EKG analysis and other stuff like that. And the other thing, which I'm not wearing right now, is be able to have classes that work with our software. So for example, if I want to have a medic or a surgeon or somebody have a remote consult, they can see what I'm doing, my hands are free, I can mark up in the visual field, I can drag in radiographic images or biomedical data files, I can dictate to electronic medical record systems, all hands-free, and obviously there's pre-hospital and disaster applications. So that's kind of the quick overview. We have a question here, and then we have our comments.
Is your wearable reusable?
The reusable part is actually the transmitter in it, so the battery and the leads and everything are disposable. And then the transmitter now. Where we look to go with some of our next generation development is make the whole thing disposable. Or sterilizable. I have a question back here. The platform itself is their ODG glasses platform. So that part is commercially available. We're still doing some software development, but it's close to being ready.
Can you use the data to tell if someone's lying?
I don't know.
Get back to me.
I don't know. I'd imagine you could probably do that. So it depends on what the physiologic parameters you were. We don't actually.
So ethically, what do you use for ethically?
We use it just completely for medical. Right. I'd imagine that someone probably could use that for that purpose. It could be. Well, a lot of the stuff can be used for good or
down range.
Which aspect of this?
Just looking at medical readouts, so it can be transmitted back.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a big push right now to monitor first responders downrange, the stress they're under.
Right.
A lot of them, unfortunately, are not the best shape for their volunteers, so they have heart attacks downrange. So
Well, yeah, there's this whole thing about occupational monitoring if you're in high stress environments. So whether it's EMTs, EMS, whether it's people doing their PT tests or a variety of different.
So there's a program, the Homeland Security grant program. It's about $3.3 billion that's annually given out to every single state in the United States. You need to look into that.
Okay.
I'll get you information on it. They have funding just for these tests.
And they are graciously powering our whole setup. Any other comments?
I'm curious, so you mentioned that it lasts for 7 days, or for 7 days. Is the idea that you would only need to test yourself once or once a year or something like that, or is the idea that you're going to continually put on a new one every 7 days?
You're gonna, if you're needed to be monitored for that long, yeah, you would swap it out and put a new one on. Right. So the idea is that the time that most people are monitored is immediately when they're discharged or if they're doing a particular study. Right. So if you ever seen like someone has a cardiovascular problem, I know we're probably doing a lot of times. But you're wearing this belt-mounted Holter monitor and you're usually wearing that for a couple days, and then that goes back. That whole several $100 device is going back to the hospital. So the idea is that if you're at high risk, definitely you have this, but in a pre-hospital or a mass casualty situation where you've got limited first responders and you don't know the basic health status of a large population of people, that's the other application. You could slap these on everybody that comes in and have an idea. We've talked about small unit operations and special forces medics and that too, where you're in a high stress environment, you want to be able to keep your tabs on how everybody's doing physiologically. So similar application.
We're up. You guys can do that offline. I
Yeah.
want to give everybody else time.
We're right back there.